In a quiet forest, there lived a tortoise named Tilly and a hare named Harry. Harry was very fast and loved to boast about it. Look at me, everyone, he would say, racing past the other animals. No one can beat me. I'm the fastest animal in the forest. One day, while Harry was showing off, Tilly the tortoise decided she'd had enough of his bragging. She lifted her head and said calmly, Harry, I challenge you to a race. Harry burst into laughter. You race me? You're so slow, Tilly. You'll never beat me. But Tilly just smiled. We'll see. Let's race to the big tree at the top of the hill, she said. All the animals gathered to watch, curious to see how the race would unfold. They knew Tilly was very slow, but they also knew she was determined and never gave up. When the race began, Harry darted off, leaving Tilly far behind. This is going to be the easiest race of my life, he thought to himself. Halfway up the hill, he looked back and saw Tilly slowly plodding along, still far behind. Feeling confident, Harry decided to take a nap under a shady tree. I have plenty of time, he thought as he drifted off to sleep. Meanwhile, Tilly kept going. She didn't stop or slow down. One step at a time, she moved closer to the big tree, her eyes set on the finish line. Even though she was tired, she remembered her goal and kept pushing forward. By the time Harry woke up, he stretched and looked around, expecting Tilly to still be far away. But when he looked up the hill, he saw her. Tilly was almost at the finish line. Panicking, Harry leaped up and dashed as fast as he could. He ran and ran, but it was too late. Just as he reached the tree, Tilly took her final step across the finish line. The animals cheered, and Harry stood there in shock. He couldn't believe that the slow and steady tortoise had won. How did you do it, Tilly? He asked, feeling both surprised and a bit humbled. Tilly smiled and replied, I may not be the fastest, Harry, but I never gave up. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race. From that day on, Harry learned to be less boastful and more respectful of others, and he and Tilly became good friends, reminding everyone in the forest that determination and patience are sometimes just as important as speed.